Black mass, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Black mass, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. I woke up, then I logged in to that Urban X where they be flexing with that blog in. Put it down, cause my little homie called in. Had to bail him out, he in trouble with the law again. Black skin can't win in the white world. Seen a brother kill his own kid for that white girl. We ain't wanna go to school, but we had to. Every February it was scary in them classrooms. Shimmy y'all, shimmy yay.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
So, to top off the bad 18 months Oprah and Gayle King are having.
Yeah, they having a bad time.
Very bad press that's surrounding them lately.
Yeah.
And I'm very amused at it because it's like, I said this earlier this week, in 2020, the veil of all of these elite, and I put that in quotation marks, are coming down.
Yes, we talked about it.
A lot of people are seeing these people for who they are, who they've always been.
Yes.
So, Gayle King, she did an interview, WNBA legend Lisa Leslie, and we only saw a clip. It was only a clip that surfaced from, I think that was CBS, that put out the interview. And in the clip, Gayle was asking Lisa Leslie about if Kobe's legacy is tarnished, or should the sexual assault case should always be brought up, because she said Kobe's legacy is complicated. I think that was the word she used, or complex or something like that. And Lisa Leslie, I total new respect for her. I never really followed her, but she just kept it frank and said, this went to trial, charges were dropped, leave it.
That's the end of the story.
That's the end of the story. I've never known him to be like that. And then Gayle was trying to, Isaiah Bryant, thank you, man.
Thank you, Isaiah. On April 29th, me and the wife are going to go live online with our business, providing home birthing products for those who want to have water births.
Oh.
Okay, and send us the information. We do commercial spots.
Yeah.
So that might be something you're interested in, you and your wife.
Facts.
Water birth babies, that's what I'm talking about.
I would do that.
You do water birth baby?
Yeah.
Well, I'm holding Future's baby now. So. It might be a water birth. So anyway, you were saying?
Oh, yeah, so back to the Gayle King thing. So then, she also Lisa Leslie also talked about her actually being in a club with Kobe, and
never seen him conduct himself
in a way that a lot of her NBA friends did.
Right. Yo, Lisa, go get that for me.
So a lot of people were upset because now I feel like they're starting to see that Gayle King and Oprah are going out of their way to try to tarnish a lot of these black men's history, legacies, and they're not here to defend themselves.
Yes.
She did the same thing with Michael Jackson and his accusers.
Absolutely.
And Gayle, her homegirl's doing it with Kobe, and a lot of people were offended by it. I was too.
I was offended. Now, I didn't see the entire interview.
That's another point.
Let's get to that, because she tried to come out the next day and say, we talked about a whole bunch of things, but why would your news network, without your permission or consent,
well, that's what she said. She said she
released something of that magnitude.
She said they knew they were going to get like outrage clicks, and that's what happened. That's the job. You wanted the job to get done. It's done. So I watched the entirety of the interview.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I saw of it, and what she said is facts, right? So they did take a small piece, but if you watch it, she still was smug in her delivery. Well, it only got dropped because the defendant didn't want to testify,
and then she questioned Lisa Leslie's judgment. Like, how would you know, Lisa?
Right.
Like, how the fuck wouldn't I know? Why would you ask me a question of that magnitude if you're not going to respect my answer?
Facts. That's a fact.
Right? So she cleverly tried to back out of that. My man Snoop. I don't give Snoop credit for much. And this is my point. I think Snoop was riding for his man. He called her a donkey head bitch or
Dog face.
a dog face horse or something. He called her some shit I ain't never heard before. Must be some West Coast shit. You donkey horse face bitch. You know what I mean? He said something that was way out on the rails. And you had a problem with Snoop's?
No, it was just like I don't know. I always have a problem calling like old women.
Yeah,
older women.
But sometimes you buy that.
Yeah.
And I think
I would just kind of like.
I think he was saying.
I thought it was funny though.
In the light of this moment.
Yeah.
Like, because he said, "I'm thinking about calling you one." So he even processed it first, and then he went with the donkey head, dog head bitch. I love it. I mean, not just a bitch. Not an old bitch. You a donkey dog head.
Yeah, I was like,
yeah, that's like you got to be a special kind of bitch to be a donkey dog head bitch.
I was like, ugh. Geez.
But I think in his emotion, because this is still a very emotional time
for a lot of people.
For a lot of people, even Michael Blackson.
Yes,
he handled his like a champ.
Yeah.
Because usually he's clowning, and he's just saying, look, we got to move past this. If you guys are the gatekeepers and you can't protect us and you're going to shoot us down, we don't have a chance in hell.
So I thought was something Lisa Leslie said that was interesting, and which is I feel like should make this even more clear what the media is trying to do is that when did that happen? 04?
Yeah,
03, 04?
Yeah, 03, 04. Yep.
That happened. So he's been alive all the way to this point.
Nobody has said anything
about it.
They wait until he dies, and now y'all want to backdoor pause with all of this shit.
You get what I'm saying? So it's clear they're just trying to get a reaction out of us.
Right.
Like they're literally just trying to spit on the people we hold up, and I think it's ugly.
It is ugly, and we're in the quickening. I say that all the time. There are going to be consequences for Gayle's actions. Mark my words.
So even Oprah, because did you see the open letter Monique wrote to her?
Yes.
I thought that was dope. It was scathing, right? So she brought up how other people are starting to come to terms with how Monique felt what Monique was saying about her years ago, and then said, "Yo, I met you when I was a teenager, and you told me I had to work hard to get in the position you are. You're now, fast forward, I'm an adult. You're the one that's making my life harder."
Absolutely.
That was a bar.
That is a bar. Those were bars.
Like, God.
Those were bars, and it made me kind of revisit my original perspective on Monique.
Monique, yeah.
Thought she was being emotional.
Yeah.
Now, we know who Oprah is in the business, and she is the ultimate gatekeeper. Shout out, bringing Harvey Weinstein. She's their mammy and handles a lot of their dirty business. However, we just thought Monique was being a little emotional.
That's what I'm not gonna lie, I did too. And I don't know if that's me. I don't know if that's what that says about me, like not believing. Because when black women come out and have these issues, like for some reason our first instinct is not to believe them. I don't know, not necessarily not with everything, not with everything.
But to me, anything dealing with the industry, I never feel we get the full story.
That's a fact. Okay.
Monique is telling me her side of the story, but I'm always like, that's some industry shit. And y'all know what goes down with that.
But it's also fascinating how they can make you look crazy.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Because what was happening was they were making her look crazy.
Absolutely.
She's the only one saying it, and the rest of them are not saying a word.
Right.
So
absolutely.
Like, you must be the one bugging.
Right. They did the same thing with Cat Williams.
They did the same thing with Cat Williams. Yeah.
That's a part of the program.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm surprised Dave Chappelle was able to recover.
Yes.
In terms of, but look what he had to do to recover.
Yes.
Before they started making him look crazy. So that's all a part of the process, and they all stick together in Hollywood, but it's crumbling.
Yes.
The empire is coming down slowly.
There was another conversation that sparked from this Gayle King interview, because there's a lot of people, within our community.
Somebody said we still want her to endorse Malcolm's book. Oprah!
Facts. Buy my book.
Buy that book, you donkey head. Bitch. Facts. Okay, yeah.
So there was another conversation that sparked from this, and that was because there's a lot of people who, you know, see Gayle and see Oprah and go, well, what about the long list of white men who have been accused of the same thing and who y'all are friends with? Why don't you go after them? And who are still alive? Why don't you go after them? Lori Foster, thank you for the donation.
Thank you. Appreciate
it. You know, why don't you go after them? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, and then that turned into again, men versus women versus men argument, because they're saying that there's a lot of people who don't take into account that there are women in all of this who get affected, right? Mm-hmm. And not just because the person is black that we should, you know, go to bat for them, that they're innocent. Some of these people, R. Kelly, that's wrong.
Yes, absolutely.
Because Tariq Nasheed was on Twitter and he was saying, well, there's white predators who are free, so let's free everybody since we're gonna be equal. No,
this is a very sensitive subject.
Yeah, it's all over the place, bro.
It's all over the place, and I can't put a single post to it to say, because when you're dealing with women and the trauma that they have been through collectively, they will bond together based on that trauma, whether it's white or black, and they just know that they've been traumatized. And I'm not here to negate that or you know what I mean? So, but there's all levels of trauma. Men have been traumatized too. So we got to stop one-upping each other about the trauma that we're going through.
See, that's what's happening, but that's what a lot of women are saying.
Free World Boss, thank you so much
for the donation.
Appreciate you.
And that's what a lot of people are saying is the problem when we go, what about this? Or we get traumatized too. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's very, very delicate.
It's a slippery slope.
Yeah, bro.
And it will make women bond on levels that men can't bond on, because we don't have the so-called historical data to say that we've been just as traumatized. You know what I mean?
So here's the thing, because I've always felt this way. I think it is human nature for when your worst attributes are highlighted to get defensive. So as black people, as black men, our worst attributes get highlighted all the time. We see black men in the news for something. Black men, you know what I'm saying? We get the worst part of it. So it's easy for black men to get defensive and to close in and go, well, what about so-and-so? What about this? What about that? And completely start defending people that they know are wrong.
Right.
Just for the sake of doubling.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I think. That's what I personally think it is.
You know what we should do?
What?
We should reverse the polarity on that shit. We should all stop supporting Harvey Weinstein and support all of these white guys to get off. You know what? You're right. Let's just go after the black people. Let's hold all these white people up, and people go, wait a minute here. I don't know how else can we point out that sitting at the top of the damn pyramid are the most wretched predators that you could possibly imagine, right? And there is no color to it per se, but if I'm only going after black people, it looks weird. Yeah. I'm not going after justice. I'm going after black people. That just looks weird, and it forces us into a corner to say the only card that we can play is go look at this Harvey, he got a vagina.
Yeah.
This nigga raping people with a goddamn vagina. That's some gangster shit.
Oh, Free World for last week.
For last week, jeez. Free World, my lord. Thank you. Boy. So yeah, Harvey Weinstein has got a vagina and attacking people. That's some real gangster shit.
Yeah.
Okay? So, you know, you forcing us black women, right? We all need to sit down, and we got issues, all of us. But when our main two people who are in any sort of position of power, Oprah, Gayle, and their only targets are black people who are wrong for what they've done, it just looks bad. Now, if they just threw everybody on the board and say, yo, we going after all these, then you go, well, you're guilty of that shit, you need to go down. But it's like Harvey, Trump, you see these pictures of them, and then, yo, Michael, you going down. Cosby, R. Kelly, Ooh, Russell,
Your time's up.
your time is up. And now, Kobe Bryant, your time is up. It just looks bad. And even if you are a sister who has been traumatized, if you calm down for a minute and think about it, you go, God damn, that's a little fucking crazy. You know what I mean? So my thing is, go after everybody or go after nobody, because, you know.
Yeah, I think once you, because Marcus, he made the point today that Oprah's been traumatized, and she has a school in Africa with those girls, and so she has a different interest in this. But I'm saying once you step into the ring, everything is open now.
Everything is open.
So now your past with these people who have been doing some of these atrocities, that's open now. That's out for the public.
And that guy you had on your show, that white guy, just got 17 years for raping kids.
This ain't nothing.
Okay, you know, I'm a white guy. I haven't even heard you even do a follow-up show to throw him under the bus.
Yep.
So it just looks bad. If you living out your trauma, Oprah, and your goal is to bring down black men, you rode in here on a black penis. Yes?
True.
That's how you got to the planet. Right? And if your goal is to destroy your maker, then those are real deep-rooted issues that need to be addressed.
That's a fact.
Can we take a